Hey everybody, just wanted to record another vlog because it's been 2 weeks since my last one, maybe a little bit more. I want to try to do this on a very regular basis, so I'm going to start thinking of how to do this. But today, what I wanted to talk to you guys about were my favorite YouTube channels, as you saw from the title of this video. Pretty self-explanatory. You know what you're getting into. So I have a list right here. I was just going to do 5, but then I listed my top 5 and I thought there are just these 2 others that I really want to mention. And so I'm including them just to make it a full 7 because I like the number 7. I like prime numbers in general. Both 5 and 7 are prime. So top 7 YouTube channels that I personally watch. Some of these I watch all the time. Some of these are situational. But I watch all of these quite regularly. They are among my subscriptions. And I'm very, very, very particular with my subscriptions. I clean them out every couple months and just say, oh, I haven't used this at all, let's get rid of that. I haven't used this at all, let's get rid of that. But without further ado, top 7, here we go. Number 1, the first one I listed is Wisecrack. It's a channel that kind of looks at pop culture, movies, TV shows, characters, and stories through the lens of philosophy. And as a giant nerd, one who loves philosophy and pop culture, it's just the best of both worlds. Jared does a great job of kind of breaking down the thoughts that go behind the scenes in these movies and these characters, and makes it really compelling and interesting. Really makes it really simple to understand, easy to understand. So Wisecrack is the first one on my list. Not that it's my most favorite, but it's just the first one that I was scrolling through my subscriptions, and it was the first one that came up. Next is Cinemasins. Oh, buddy, I watch Cinemasins all the time. Every Tuesdays and Thursday when they release the new episodes, on Saturdays when they release any episodes that got taken down, I watch all of them. Even if I've never seen the movie, I watch the Cinemasins for it because I love Jeremy. He's hilarious. He has a very similar sense of humor to me, and he's very critical and analytical, just like I am. I go into the movies and I think just like Jeremy does. I see these faults and these inconsistencies, and sometimes it takes me out of a movie, and that can be why I don't like a movie sometimes. But I really like Cinemasins. He's funny, he's goofy, he doesn't care that people maybe hate him. He just is the kind of person that I am, just maybe much more apathetic and open about it on the internet. Cinemasins is fantastic, highly recommend. Number 3, Peter McKinnon. He is a photographer who got really big in the last year on YouTube. He does tech reviews on camera bodies and lenses and other miscellaneous accessories. He does tutorials on how to do basic photography stuff and some intermediate and more advanced photography and videography. When I'm when I'm doing other things at work, like editing photos, I usually put him on in the background so I can listen. Or if I'm taking a break from editing, I'll be like, all right, let's think ahead to next week camp. I need some video skills, so let's watch some videos on that. Highly recommend Peter McKinnon. He is fantastic. The next 2 are both gaming channels. I'm a huge gamer, and I've gone through tons, probably a couple dozen different gaming channels that I've watched. And by watched, I mean binged all of their episodes and then kind of followed them regularly, and then decided I didn't really care for them because I like these 2 guys more. Number 1, TFS Gaming. It's Team 4-Star, the guys who do Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I probably should have put them on the list. They'd be like number 8 on this list because I love TFS. They just don't produce enough content for me to mention. But TFS Gaming produces content weekly, and at this moment, I'm actually going back and rewatching all of their old series because I love them. Their sense of humor is perfect. It's witty, it's nerdy, it's fun, a little vulgar at times, but it's still hilarious. I love them. And then after them is Outside Xbox / Outside Extra. They're a group of British gamers who do list videos, like top 7 insert random thing here, like top 7 button prompts you didn't think you would have to do in gaming. And so it's really fun. They have very great sense of humor. They do some like let's play video game stuff. They've done like Hitman series. They've done Mario Party. They do streaming regularly where they just play these group games because there's 5 of them. And they're just really funny. Like, I first discovered them just accidentally, and then I found myself binging every single thing that they ever produced, and now I find myself just waiting for them to release more content. Number 6, Dead Meat. He's a fairly new channel. This guy by the name of James A. Janice. He watches horror movies, and he kind of counts the kills in the horror movies. And so, similar to Cinemasins, where he'll just kind of rush through the plot of the movie, and he'll pause and be like, this is this person, they died in such fashion, and he'll keep a running tally. And it's just really fun, because I love movies. I used to be a huge horror movie fan, not so much anymore. But I found him, and I was like, this is pretty good. This level of work is really good. And then I just binged everything that he produced. And now I just wait for his new episodes on Friday. So, Dead Meat, highly recommend. He also has a podcast where he breaks down, he goes more in depth with his discussion on movies. He does reviews, he does talk about themes and philosophy and stuff. Haven't watched any of those actually, but he talks about them in the other videos. And lastly, I go to this channel not often, but it's like a first priority for situations when it comes in handy, if that makes sense. It is Crash Course. This is a channel started by John and Hank Green, both authors. John Green is the author of The Fault in Our Stars, Looking for Alaska, and 6 other books that I have read and love. What happens on Crash Course is some expert will create a video series walking you through some subject. There's film and theater, there's intellectual property, there's history and chemistry and biology and world religions and mythology. And so sometimes I just watch random episodes because they're fun. They're informational. They're very animated. Like, they have the little cartoons that make it more interesting than staring at my face as I tell you, well, in this time period, X person murdered Y person, and then Z event happened, and it's so very interesting. There's animations, and it's really high production level. So anytime I need to learn something, I'll be like, let's learn a little bit. I need to learn a little bit about Texas history. Texas history crash course. No, they don't have anything, but this other popular channel does. And so Crash Course is just my first go-to anytime I need to learn something quickly. So I highly recommend them. But that's it. Those are my top 7 YouTube channels that I watch that I would recommend to anybody else who is interested in those things. If you're not interested in things like philosophy and gaming and horror movies and learning new things, then why are you watching me? Because those are things I love. But I look forward to doing more vlogs in the future. If you have ideas for topics to cover, things I can do, like in the vein of like movie reviews, game reviews, culture, like just reading articles and talking about the news, something. I did watch Spider-Man Far From Home, so I will record a review of that this week and post that. But in the meantime, this video is getting a little bit long. I don't like making my vlogs super long, which I knew was going to happen when I put 7 channels on my list. So go check out those channels. Let me know what your favorite YouTube channels are, and maybe I will check them out. If it's PewDiePie or Game Grumps, probably not. I do enjoy Game Grumps a little bit. PewDiePie, no. See you guys later. Peace.